Everyone talks about the best neighborhoods in Austin, but nobody tells you which ones are going to drain your bank account the fastest. That's what we're ranking today. I'm Sean Tips. I've helped hundreds of people relocate to Austin and navigate these exact neighborhoods. And I'm going to show you which areas are money pits and which ones will actually let you keep your savings intact. By the time you get to the top tier, you're going to realize that some people move to Austin and become completely broke without understanding why it happened. So stick around because you need to know where your money is actually going before you pick your neighborhoods. All right, so let's be real about Austin. Everyone wants to move here. Everyone's heard about the tech scene and the vibe, but nobody really talks about the actual cost of just living your life once you get here. We're ranking neighborhoods not by price tag alone, but how fast you're actually going to burn through your savings just existing there. It's a little funny in Austin where you can judge the neighborhood sometimes on how fancy their local H-E-B is. For anyone not familiar, H-E-B is our local Austin grocery store in Central Texas. Starting at F tier, we've got the neighborhoods that are surprisingly budget friendly. These areas are where you can actually build wealth instead of bleeding money. We're talking about places like Dove Springs in Southeast Austin and St. John's in North Austin. These areas are not too far from downtown, but far enough where you're going to save so much money just by not being surrounded by brunch spots that charge $18 for avocado toast. Moving up to D tier, we're getting into the neighborhoods that are up and coming, but not fully inflated. Areas like Northeast Austin, Tech Ridge, and far south Manchac are starting to pop off, but you can still find a reasonable rent, reasonable food, reasonable everything. The thing is, once these neighborhoods figure out how good they are, all bets are off. You've got like a 2-year window before suddenly everyone knows about it. C tier is where things start getting spicy. We're talking about Central East Austin, Mueller, and South Congress adjacent areas. These neighborhoods have already figured out they're cool, which means businesses have figured it out too. Your morning coffee habit just became a $30 weekly commitment. There's a food truck event every other weekend, and you're going to lose money on it since everything looks so good. You're going to start meal prepping just to save some money. B tier is the danger zone. South Central Austin, Central North Austin, and Circle C neighborhood. These are the neighborhoods where you start noticing that the rent is climbing, that the restaurants are getting fancier, and that somehow you're spending $200 a month just on some spontaneous purchases within walking distance of your home. The Whole Foods proximity tax is real. You go in for milk and come out with $300 poor, wondering what happened. Your neighbors are young professionals who seem to have unlimited budgets, which means the entire neighborhood economy has adjusted upward. A tier neighborhoods like Clarksville, Westlake Hills, and Barton Creek are where you're basically in financial freefall. These aren't just places to live, they are lifestyle commitments. Your groceries cost double what they do elsewhere because you're shopping at specialty spots. Your social calendar involves restaurants where you need a reservation 3 weeks in advance, and the appetizers cost more than dinner you're used to. You're parking your car and paying for it. You're getting coffee from places that have been featured in magazines. The pressure to maintain a certain lifestyle is built into the neighborhood itself. Now, here's what I actually want you to understand, though. Being in a lower tier neighborhood isn't a failure. It's actually a smarter play for most people. People who are building real wealth in Austin are the ones who are living in C and D tier neighborhoods. They're not trying to keep up with what Austin has become. They're being strategic. But if you do want to live in those higher tier areas, just go with your eyes open. Budget accordingly. Understand the neighborhood itself is designed to separate you from your money in the thousands of small ways. That's not a knock on those places. That's just the reality of how Austin has evolved. If you're seriously considering moving to Austin and want to understand not just the neighborhoods, but also what actually brings people here and what makes them stay, grab my free Austin relocation guide. It breaks down everything from the actual cost of living to which neighborhoods match different lifestyles and budgets. The link is in the description.